moving along here. So for those of you that don't know me, my real estate career started in 1987. I've been pretty instrumental in real estate sales. I've done some wealth management. I sold real estate for a period of time, got my license in 2004 here in Oregon, but started real estate in 1987, and I've done title, escrow, lending, you name it, everything short of insurance. So I love supporting realtors at a high level. One of the things that I love most is getting you launched into your future in your real estate career. So what we're going to cover today is you've plan your future. So today's agenda is to set your sights on a big future. And I'll get to have the conversations with you at some point that I got to have today with our mega agent, and how to have a smart money business. It's really important when you're in business for yourself that you are running your business like a business. And that's one of the things Keller Williams does really well, is it helps teach the agents how to be business owners. We're going to commit to the success system for life, plan for learning, design your future plan, and we'll have some time first, a little recap and some ahas. Who's ready to get started? Yay! It's okay. I'm going to have you play along. So unmute yourselves and get ready to join in. It looks like we have someone joining the call. Just make sure we've got everyone in. Thank you. So, let's start with this. If you have a birthday in the month of July, let's talk about some of the progress that you've made so far through Ignite. Let's celebrate your wins. Anyone with a July birthday that would like to share? No July birthdays. Okay. August. September. We have a lot of quiet people on this call. I know you've had some wins. Anybody put one into contract while you've been in the going through PC coaching and Ignite? No? Well, we'll get you there. Tristan, you and me.
Yes.
Tristan has. Fantastic. How did that go?
It's good. It's been actually, and I'm sorry I'm so quiet, but it's been some multiple contracts, so we're doing good.
Fantastic. Any challenges you've encountered?
Not so much actually with these ones. They've all just been kind of naturally referred, so it's been fairly smooth going.
We love it when they're naturally referred, right? Those are pretty amazing to have. Are you all meeting with an accountability partner? Is everybody working with an accountability partner? Nod your head. That would be Mara. Yeah. Okay. At the end of the class, you're going to have time to fill out an evaluation to find out how we're doing and how this program is meeting your needs, and if there's any gaps, so that we can correct and reposition. So we're going to talk about a little bit about how you think matters. How you think in the beginning really matters. Gary Keller, the millionaire real estate agent. So is there anything that stands out to you in this quote? We talk a lot about mindset at Keller Williams. Told you I was going to ask for participation. Jump in if something stands out.
To me, what stands out is the word beginning, in the beginning. So it's a matter of mindset, just like you said.
I love it. Getting our mind right in the beginning really matters. And that's why we've taken the time and we've invested in you and in your business by walking you through the Ignite classes and the productivity coaching. When we say that thinking matters, we are talking about mindset. What is your mindset? Are you aligned with your heart? Are you ready to take action and have a successful day? With real estate, we kind of sometimes we get into it and a lot of balls start happening. We're juggling so many balls in the air and we can kind of be like, oh my gosh, did we make the right choice? Are these the right things that I want to do for my future? And so throughout Ignite, we've talked about the importance of mindset because mindset matters, not just today, but throughout your career as a real estate agent. And sometimes mindset turns to doubt or disappointment or fear. And in these times, we want to be aware and we want to quickly correct. It's within your control. You control your mindset. I tell my grandkids, my kids all the time, there's not a lot you can control in the world, but you control how you think about things and how you react to things. So do you feel aligned in your mindset, in your career with your heart? This is a safe place. If you're not, if you're all in, if you're feeling a little questiony, this is the place to ask questions.
Sorry, I had to be on mute for the first little bit because I was putting my daughter to sleep. But I totally agree with the mindset matters. Like just in the last couple of weeks, I'm a newer agent and was so excited at the beginning, was doing open houses and all this stuff, and then just nothing was coming from it. And I did have like a 2-week period of time where I was like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Like nothing is coming from all of this stuff that I'm doing. And then there was one Friday morning training, the scripts training that's on Friday mornings. I was like, I've done this all week, gone all the classes, like I don't want to do this. And I went anyways, and I got a referral from that class. And so just totally mindset does matter. Like, and now we're under contract. That's the one that went under contract last night. So totally agree that mindset absolutely does matter.
I love that. How did you go into that class and doing that? How did that make you feel once you have done that?
I'm totally rejuvenated to keep, showing up to classes and putting in all the hard work and back in the long game type of, feeling. But yeah, it's good.
I love that. Does anybody else want to share? Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm going to get y'all talking before the end of the day. I promise. What are some ways that you've already adjusted your thinking? Take a moment to write that down in your participants guide. So we're on page 20.3, set mindset on a big future. Go ahead and take a minute. What are some ways you can adjust your mindset? I like the idea of going to classes, right, and connecting. Removing limiting thoughts is a way that we do that, right? Anybody else do daily affirmations?
I recently just printed off a couple this last week. So it's a new thing I'm trying.
I am a big fan of daily affirmations. I actually do weekly affirmations, and I do those by writing them on my mirror in the morning. That way I can remember to see them every day and work through the challenges that I'm having. The Keller Williams belief system, the Y4C2Ts, which is win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. The first C in the 4 C's is customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Get creative, think about ways to overcome. Teamwork, everything we achieve, together, everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, opportunities for all. And success results through people. That's the Y4Cs, 2 Ts. The Y is the WI, win-win and integrity. The 4 C's are customers, commitment, communication, creativity. The 2 T's are teamwork and trust. And equity and success round us off. We're going to revisit your value proposition. So if you turn to page 20.4 in your workbook, you've checked your mindset, and now let's check back to your original value proposition. Some of you have spent merely 4 weeks in your daily success systems, time communicating with your contacts, and now let's re-examine the value proposition you built in week 1. And it's okay if you haven't, you'll get to that. Others will be working on this. So please turn back in your participant's guide to the value proposition you built. That's page 4.12 in session 4. Again, if you haven't done this, please follow along to the best you can. We're going to take a few minutes and review and change any of it if you feel it needs to be refined. Any ahas on that? Any changes? Anything that wasn't in alignment as when you began, that you're kind of falling into alignment as we progress through Ignite? I'm just flipping to that page right now in the manual as well. When you built your value proposition, you created a value proposition statement. And as you worked through that, you took some notes on your ahas. So I want you to, as you read through that, I want you to ask yourself, does my value proposition truly reflect who I am, the value I bring, and the benefit my clients will experience working with me? Am I confident sharing my value proposition with my contacts? So when you're talking to people in your sphere of influence and when you're having conversations with potential clients, are you confident sharing your value proposition? Go ahead and review or rewrite any of your value proposition. Who would like to share their value proposition with us? Little practice for being comfortable saying it. Go ahead and unmute. Nobody? Does everybody know what a value proposition is? I'm just looking at a bunch of black boxes. Anybody?
Okay, I'll go.
Excellent.
I just had a short one that said, I will listen to what you're wanting and will work with you, and you can depend on me to serve your best interest.
I love that. I love that. And you said that so eloquently, like you believe in that statement. And that's the best part of the value proposition, right? And everybody's
Exactly.
going to be different, right? It has to speak to your heart. Is there anyone else who has a value proposition they will share? All right, in session 1, if you've been through the Ignite, you talked about you envisioned your big life. So go ahead and take a few moments to reread what you wrote that day for your vision, for your future and your big life, because we're gonna talk a little bit about that as we go through planning your future. Who is here for that part? Session 1. No one yet? Anyone yet? So without going back, Tristan, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I believe that I was here for session 1. I don't have my book in front of me. I'm heading home right now to grab it, but I believe I was here for session 1. Just to answer that question.
Okay. And so without the book in front of you, what plans do you have for what does your big life look like? What does your big, beautiful, perfect life look like?
It's just being able to provide and be the guy for my friends and family, and just be the guy that people can rely on and provide value to in every sense that I can. Just kind of make everyone's life comfortable, including my own.
I love that. That's the success through others, right? Helping others be successful and live their best life is going to see you through living your big, beautiful life. Anyone else want to share what their big, beautiful life looks like? I know we all have it, right? It's in our head. We've got this like goal. We've got the vision of what we would have different in our. There we go. I don't know. I got disconnected. Let me re-share my screen. Goodness gracious. All right. There we go. I know we've got some people on here I haven't heard from yet. Would one of you be willing to read the quote on the screen?
I can read
Okay,
that.
okay.
One thing all high achievers have in common is they are working for a big why. The big why is about having a purpose, a mission, or a need that in turn gives you focus.
I love that. We talk about a big why a lot in real estate, your big why. And we're going to try to find out what our clients' big whys are too, right? To help them get to where they want to go. We introduced the concept of the big why day one. We know it takes time for each of us to think about and determine a concrete big why. After 30 years in the industry, my big why recreates itself over and over again. I reach a goal, I set a goal, I reach a goal, I set a goal. Moving forward after Ignite, it's essential for us to have a clear picture of your big why, since it is what's going to keep you motivated and on track to hit your goals. As the quote says, it's your purpose, mission, or need that gives you focus. So we're going to talk a little bit about big why. Big because you are after extraordinary results. Why? It is the reason you get up every day and do what you do. So let's dig into that a little bit more. If you have your workbook with you, we're going to be on page 20.5. It's big. Your big why is big. It's so big. It's almost in your mind unattainable. We want that big why to just be so big that there's so much room within that to build and grow and succeed. Your big why is something that's important to you. It's not important to the other people on the call. It's not important to the guy at the gas station. Your big why is what's important to you. It gets you out of bed every day, excited to take on the challenges and the tasks of the day. It brings you energy and focus. It's the ultimate turbocharger. And your big why is already present, even if you haven't given it much thought. Your big why can be really big, or it can be a small big, but it needs to be big enough to create drive. Because it doesn't matter how big or small, it matters that it drives you. Your big why should incorporate all of the people in your life and the good that you can provide for them, just like Tristan said. So turn your participant guide to the and answer these questions. What topics or causes are most important to you? Go ahead and write that down. What topics or causes are most important to you? What gives you energy and fuels you personally? For me, that's going on vacation with my family. I just love to get away and go experience new things with them. What is something you would do even if you were not paid? was something in your heart that you would just go do, even if there was no pay for it? And what do you envision for yourself in your future? And so there's a box at the end of that page for you just to take those 4 thoughts and create your big why. Why do you get out of bed every day? Why do you do what you do? What's going to help drive you so that you can do the things that you love to do? Now make sure you have time to write down some thoughts. And it's okay to scratch out and make it bigger. We love helping realtors at all levels create the exponential life that they design and we support. And this is how we help you design that. Again, the reason why I was a little late to the call today is because I was helping somebody create their big, beautiful life today. And I look forward to sitting across the table from you and helping you have those conversations too. All right. So big why powers your big life. In order to have a big life, we must all have a big why. Our big why powers our big life. A great aspect of big why, it helps you say yes to what's important and no to the things that aren't part of your big why. So my big why is to be an impact player, to leave a legacy for my family, to participate and teach wealth building, to create successful people in my wake. That's my big why. It's about leaving a legacy. Like I said, I love supporting real estate agents at a high level. That's what feeds me. That's what gets me out of bed every day. And when I see a real estate agent succeed in their business, that helps me succeed in my goals. And then I get to go on vacation with my family and go experience my big life. So have you all created your big why? Or some semblance, some beginning little nut of your big why? Is anybody willing to share? Quiet group today. All right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Thank you, Manny.
Okay, so my big why is simply being able to help people, especially my family. And same thing with you, being able to vacation with my family, being able to not always say no to a lot of things that my family asks from me. And then the what is it? The last one, big why, big life is being able to be the best I can be. A very good resource person for whatever is needed in real estate. Best resource person.
I love that. What would that do for your family and friends?
What? A lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And how would that make you feel?
Great.
Great. Pretty amazing.
Fulfilled. Yeah. So it's like being a blessing to to the family, a lot to the people who are in need of some information about real estate. Yeah.
I love that. Does anybody else have ahas or big why they'd like to share with the group? It's okay. I'll get it out of you sooner or later. This is a long chapter. We have time together today. All right, so we went over today's agenda. We're going to start out the day with the importance of running a smart money business. It is our intention to teach each one of you how to achieve your goals that you set out with and how to end up with a highly successful business. Who loves accounting and keeping business books in order? I'm always the only one with my hand up. None of us are. We got into real estate because we're people, right? We love to help people. We don't always love the business side of it, the accounting part of it, right? And I know for myself, paying taxes is not the highlight of my year. I actually get the pit in my tummy and it's a whole, like, I got to work myself up, like, okay, 15 days left. So few agents do. You get into the business because of your other skills. You enjoy working with people. You have great sales skills. What many lack are money management skills. So let's begin with some financial knowledge. And you don't worry, you don't need to be an accountant or a tax expert. You just need to know who and when to consult when it's time. So remember these, your six jobs? You've been learning a lot about 1 through 5, lead gen, capture, convert to appointments, presenting to buyers and sellers and getting the agreement, showing buyers and market sellers, writing and negotiating contracts, and coordinating the sale to close. Number 6 is manage the money. If you don't do this, you won't stay in business. You're going to get paid for all of the diligent work that you did to help buyers and sellers transact the business. And that's what you're here for, after all, to get paid and develop a big business for you, right? It's important to remember that getting paid in the real estate industry is different from a salary that you may have gotten before. The check you get upon closing for a deal is not the money you put in your pocket and spent. There will be expenses to pay and the ever-present taxes that must be saved for and paid. Most agents choose to pay quarterly taxes, and we'll talk a little bit more about that rather than an annual lump sum. So who remembers where the commission goes? That's okay. We're going to go over it. Typically, 50% of your commission goes to the co-op agent. You take a listing at 6% or 5%, and you generally offer half of that to the co-op agent. About a third goes to the market center to cover company dollar, franchise, and royalty fees. Roughly another third goes back into your business to cover marketing, operating expenses, signs, gas for your car, your phone, insurance, anything else you need to conduct your business and grow. And don't forget, you must save to pay taxes. Finally, you get your share. That's a lot different from thinking you're getting the full commission, isn't it? As we told you before, it's an important habit to start right now, is to always put money away for your taxes first. There are so many stories of highly successful agents who didn't have this habit and ended with huge tax bills. And then they had penalties on top of that to pay. So what is the first thing a payroll department does with your paychecks? Yep, taxes first. And it's a good time to remind you that KWU does a course called Profitability Agent Financials that will go deeper into the agent financial side of things if you'd like more information. So talking about money can be uncomfortable, but it's time to get comfortable with it. This is a safe place. So if you have your workbook, we're going to move to page 20.8. And let's look at an example. These are two different scenarios of a transaction closed by solo agent Jessica Campbell, where her share of the commission is $9,000. Look at your participation guide to study these two scenarios and answer these questions with me. Is the $9,000 commission Jessica receives profit or income?
Income.
Income. Great answer. The answer, the right answer. That's why it's called GCI. You'll hear us say GCI a lot in the Market Center. That's your gross commission income. Profit is what's left over to grow your business, save for taxes, and fund your personal lifestyle. That's profit. It's important to know the differences between income and profit. Why is Jessica getting a check for $5,760 for a commission of $9,000?
Because she has the splits for brokerage, and I'm not sure if that's going to account for taxes, but at least the splits from the brokerage and whoever other people she needs to pay.
Exactly. Any splits, any referral fees, All of that comes right off the top. The market center fees are deducted before Jessica's check is cut. So which of these two scenarios, there's two scenarios there on the screen, which of those is financially sound? The first one where Jessica throws into her personal bank account $5,760, which goes right into her wallet. Gets her that new Gucci bag and that Dutch Bros. Or the one where she has put money into a business bank account, a personal bank account, pulled some out for taxes, and then put her 2,419 in her wallet.
The second one.
Absolutely, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer which one is going to make you more financially sound. She saves for taxes so she can pay them on time when they are due quarterly. If you're not paying your taxes on time, you're hit with penalties and fees. You can become strained financially when that happens, and you can put yourself at risk of losing your real estate license. In this scenario, Jessica is saving 40% for her income taxes. This may be a high number, and it's best to check with a CPA to determine which rate you should save for taxes. Because everybody's tax bracket, everybody's tax is a little different. Most agents will receive little or no guidance on to handle their first or any commission check. And they end up in scenario number one, with no money left over to pay their taxes and have the life they still need to fund. Incorporate these financially sound business practices into your business from the start with every transaction you close. And what you will find out is in the beginning, it will seem like a lot, but if you make this a habit and a practice, you'll actually be finding yourself to be more financially fluid. This is my favorite Gary Keller quote. Money is good for the good it can do. Money is good for the good money can do. Now that we have a clear understanding of the importance of being financially sound, let me ask, what is the purpose of business? It's to make money. It's profit, right? Sorry, Katrina. What's your reason?
For making money or?
For making money. Right? That's why we're all here, right? We all went and spent the money to do the real estate courses and pay our Association of Realtor fees and dues, set up with the MLS so that we could make money, right? With profit, you have the money to do the good for your family, like Manny was saying, and your community. Some of you have more community-minded goals in place. What good will you have your money create for you? We're going to go to page 20.9 in the workbook, the flow of money. So we're going to explore the difference between income and profit a little bit more and how the way you think of it can change the outcome of your business. If you've taken an accounting class, which you probably haven't, you probably know the formula commonly used to calculate the profit of your business is income minus expenses equals profit. We kind of already went over that. So you're welcome for your college education. Well, the formula to calculate profit is important. It's not the model we use to set and track our profit goals each month. Instead, we ask ourselves the following strategic questions in your participants guide. Profit. How much money do I intend to have in the bank at the end of the year? It's a goal. Put it out there. Write it down in the book. How much money do you intend to have in your bank account at the end of the year? Income. How many homes do I need to sell to achieve my profit goal? So if the average sales price of a home is 400,000 and you're getting 2.5%, and a third of that's going to the company, how many homes do you need to sell to achieve your profit goal? And here's a hint. Command will help you figure this out. In your command on your goal setting page, you can plug in numbers and it will help do the breakdown for you. And I want to talk about expenses. How can I minimize my expenses to maximize my net income? I want to talk about that because at first it feels like you're putting money out for everything. You've got to get stuff started up. So reducing and minimizing expenses right now may not be even fathomable, but we will talk about ways to do that as your business progresses. Thinking of it this way keeps us focused on profit rather than income, right? Because if we just see those income numbers, we're never going to hit a profit goal. So we're clear, where does our real estate income come from? Tristan, you're muted. Were you saying something?
Sorry, I'm just talking out loud while I'm giving everyone else an option to, or an answer too. But I just said it just comes from closed transactions, just from helping clients is where it comes from.
Yep. Exactly. You close the deal, you have income. Another way to get income in this business is to refer business, right?
Mhm.
Referral income comes to agents who will pay you a portion of their commissions due to a referral that you gave them. This one we see a little less in our area, but leasing income comes from clients who use your services to help them find a property to lease. Expenses. What are your expenses? How do we keep them low if we don't know what they are? Well, yeah, expenses related to your real estate business are broken down into cost of sale and operating expenses. Cost of sale and operating expenses. Cost of sale expenses only occur when you have a commission. They are commissioned based, right? Only if you close a deal will you have a cost of sale expense. Operating expenses happen whether or not you close a transaction. They're your invoice-based outgoing expenses. It's important to understand the cost of being in business with the Market Center. Cost of sales are the company dollar, which is your split. Royalty, which is the 6% we pay to Uncle Gary. And any referral fees owed to referring partners. So when somebody refers business to you, that's a cost of sale. It only happens when you close a transaction. If you have employees involved in the transaction, say you have a transaction coordinator, these expenses fall under cost of sale as well. The company dollar the agent pays is determined by each Market Center. And And in integrity, we get to do the same cost of sale to all of our agents here. So it's a 30% split. Royalty is capped at $3,000. And that rate is determined by Keller Williams International. Your market center caps at $12,000. Unless you're on a team and you have a team cap. You'll also have operating expenses. The operating expenses you incur to run your business, whether you earn anything or not. These are your monthly office bill, your monthly MLS dues and fees, your key box fees, your Association of Realtors fees, any marketing that you do fall under this. So just to be clear, when you have no transactions, there is no cost of sales. However, there are always operating expenses. So now we're jumping over to page 20. So we're still on 20.9 in the workbook. Best practices. In your participant guide, you'll see a checklist of best practices right there at the bottom of page 20.9. This list is a great way to put yourself on a path that will ensure your financial well-being. You may be able to check off the first items on this list, given your experience now determining your big why. So hopefully we got you started to clarity on your big why and your plans for your future. And we talked about setting personal and budget goals. The next one on the list is opening additional bank accounts for taxes, expenses, and other savings. And when you've got these accounts set up, then you know how much you should have in them every 4 months for your quarterlies. And when you have these accounts set up, you're not using an operating account to do your daily expenses, right? For your gas and your coffee and your personal overhead. So having additional bank accounts set up for taxes, expenses, and other savings is fantastic. And we can send the money into your primary operating account, and then you can ship those monies around once you receive it. Download and use the MREA chart of accounts. That's another class for another day. Purchase and download accounting software. There's several out there. Used to only be QuickBooks, but there's several different. Some banks have accounting software that you can tap into. You can use a CPA or an accountant that will help manage that for you as well. You want to set dates to calculate and pay your estimated taxes. That's going to be a quarterly thing that you're going to want to do, and you're going to want to work with a CPA to find out how to do those calculations. And prepare for your future. Insurance, savings, and investments. Think about who you know that might be able to help you. For example, a CPA, an attorney, or someone you know. I have an amazing daughter. She's not a CPA, but she's great with figuring taxes. And what better way to generate leads than reaching out to those folks, or even asking, I'm growing my business. Who do you know who can help me with XYZ, right? What a great way to start building your list of referral partners. And What a great way to remind your family and friends that you're in real estate. What a great opportunity to ask for business and referrals. So when I was first selling real estate, that was my first client, was a CPA. I asked on social media who could help me find a CPA. And of course, I got all the ones that every realtor in town was using. And I got a couple that were lesser known. And I reached out to them to get quotes, have conversations about what they could do for my business. And one of them ended up turning into a buyer client because they were actually looking to relocate and find a new location to work out of. So just being in those conversations, like just doing the investigation part of that, is going to put you in front of more people who could potentially become clients. They say, again, no one succeeds alone. It's best to have power partners and mentors, people that know more than you do to help. All right, who wants more success in your career? Everybody's hands are up, right? Your virtual hand is up. Tristan, will you read the quote that's on the screen?
Sure. It says, think and act the wage you want before you earn it. Average is as average does. Good is as good does. And great is as great does. What you do is who you become.
What you do is who you become. Any ahas from that?
Oh, that last line right there, what you do is who you become. It's it reminds me of that saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so it's just important to keep your mindset positive and put 100% effort into everything you're doing, and it'll reflect in all aspects of your life.
I love that. And how you're showing up at that high level is that's the perception that you're giving people, right? And 98% of this business is perception. And if people see you out every day showing up at a high level, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's the person I want to handle my real estate, because they do everything at this level. In order to have a smart money business, you need money. You don't intend to make average money or good money. You expect great money to do great things and live your big, beautiful life. All right, on page 2010, we are going to revisit your income goal that you set for yourself in session 1. Go ahead and refer back to your participants guide and look at what you wrote down. That's on page 1.17 if you have your guide handy. Some of you might just know, like, that's a number you want to hit. Are you thinking and acting the wage you intend even before you've earned it? Are there any changes you'd make now after working on your success system and learning so much more about the real estate business? Yeah. What do you do more of?
I set a fairly high goal for myself at the beginning of the year, and then my actions just did not follow for the first little bit. Just outside stuff, but now I'm more dialed in than I was before, and so I've had to adjust, and now my goal it's smaller, but it's more realistic, just based on my actions, which my actions at this point may be higher than my goal at this point, so I've kind of flip-flopped.
We like when your actions outweigh your goal. That's a good thing, right? Sometimes you need to reevaluate and do less of something, right? Maybe one less trip to the lake because you need 2 more days to focus on your business, right? I know it's hard for me to get away from the lake too. Anybody else? can you think of something you'll do more of to create great profit in your life?
I think that all the training and everything that we've done has been great, and I think this will just be a great kickstart for everybody to get out there and start doing everything that we have been learning about.
I love that. Sometimes there's so much knowledge in your head and in the book, right? Putting it into action is the next thing you can do, right? Caitlin, I saw you unmute.
Yeah, I was going to say mine's going to be, I think, narrowing my focus a little bit more. I kind of have a lot of hands in a lot of different ways of lead gen, and I'm going down a whole bunch of different rabbit holes of learning things, and I need to kind of narrow it back into just one or two avenues of lead gen and focus, and yeah, narrowing.
What is one way you can narrow that down? What can you use to help you decide where to focus your energy?
Well, I haven't decided. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I've been asking everybody on these training calls, like, what if they could go back to the start of their career, what would they do? Like, what would be their two lead gen sources? And I've gotten a lot of mixed reviews, which hasn't really helped me narrow it down.
I'm going to tell you the best lead gen has two qualifiers. The best lead gen is one, the lead gen you will do, and two, the lead gen that gets the most eyes on it. The ones that you're actually seeing return on investment. So think of posting on social media, right? We post 1,000 different things on social media. Picture of our food, a picture of our dog, a picture of our vacation, a picture of our, training class that we're in. Which one of those is getting the most likes and hits, right? Which one of those is getting the most views and the most interactions? That's what you need to do in your real estate career is look at, you said you've done a lot of stuff. You've got all these different rabbit holes you've gone down. Which one had the most positive impact? And which one did you like doing? Because what works for Tristan isn't going to work for Stephanie. And what works for Stephanie isn't going to work for Manny. What works for me isn't going to work for you. And that's why real estate is so freaking awesome, because there is a seat for every butt on this real estate bus. If we were all doing the exact same thing, we wouldn't have room for everybody. With a quick calculation, who can tell me how many transactions they must complete each month to reach their net income goal? I know math, right? Here's the hint. Divide the line F on the screen, your annual transaction goal, by 12 or 11 to allow for vacations and holidays. Anybody have a number? How many transactions they need to close each month to hit their income goal?
That would just be one a month for me.
That's awesome.
I'd
I
have to
thought
say I'm probably
Tristan
right
did the
about
math.
that same level.
Yeah, one a month. Anybody else feeling ambitious? Anybody else with a bigger goal? Top producing agents tend to do 4 to 6 transactions a month on average. Some do much, much more. And that's because with more transactions, you allow yourself more operating expense, right? And you can leverage out those parts of your job that you don't love to do. So sometimes thinking about your income goal is also thinking about I don't really love to update my database. I don't really love to set up 36 touch campaigns. How much does it cost me to leverage that off to someone? And then put that into your operating goal. So maybe that's an extra transaction each month just to cover that expense so that you can go out and do the parts of the real estate that you love to do. Right? Because if we're just thinking about what I want and what's going to make me move forward, you're going to get stuck in this pattern, right? Where you're never going to have enough money or time, right? In real estate, it's always money or time, right? We either want more money or we want more time. And for me, in order to get more time, I usually need more money. And so to account for that and think about that and leverage that off, it's important to put that into your income goal as well. Let's do this. Turn to your participants guide for this session, and let's think big. We're going to say whatever you had written as your net income goal on day one. Let's say it was 100,000. Increase that by 50%. Make it 150,000 and write that down. Recalculate everything using the estimated examples for rows B and C based on 50% more of your income goal. We call that a stretch goal. So how many transactions must you complete each month with this new stretch goal? And is it doable? Tristan, you're still muted if you're trying to share.
No, I'm just talking out loud.
And just having a realization over there? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a stretch for sure.
Here's what I know. Other realtors are doing it. And if they can do it, you can do it too. And if you hit that stretch goal, think of the things you can leverage off. Right? Or think about how you can give back to your community. Or time you can give back to your family. The blessings you can share. Anybody think that stretch goal is attainable? When we think about reaching a stretch goal and leveraging off some of the stuff that we don't love about real estate, it makes it more doable in our world. If you're not spending 6 hours a week writing thank you cards, but somebody else is doing that for you, you can close one more transaction, right? Now you have a fair understanding of your real estate finances and how to have a smart money business. Let's discuss how to get paid. Tristan's had a few closings, right? Is that what I heard? Yeah, so Tristan knows how to get paid. He's familiar with this screen. first, confer with your Market Center administrator, productivity coach, Market Center tech trainer on the process, right? Your Market Center administrator and your agent services coordinator are your go-tos on how to put a transaction into Command and work it through to get paid. I know Sarah has done classes on this, and she'll be doing more classes across the network. And she's quite amazing. If you haven't met Sarah yet, and I'm sure most of you have, she's quite amazing. Second, we're going to use Command to submit commission requests and opportunities. This process requires you to create an offer, accept an offer before being able to submit the commission request. All right. Any ahas or questions about running a smart money business? Everybody understand the difference between income and profit? And where your commission dollars go once you receive it, how that breakdown works?
Where did you say that we could find the KW classes on finances? You said there are a couple other ones.
KWU, so when you log into Command, there's a little button at the top that says KW Connect. And if you click on that, that should pull up a list. You should be able to search any classes you want to do. So if you type in finance or profit, those classes will come right up.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you have more questions on that, check with your agent services coordinator and your Market Center or your Market Center tech trainer. All right, let's move on to Success Systems for Life. You've been spending hours on your success systems, and in a minute, we'll discuss your wins and your opportunities. Let me ask you, do you think it's important to continue with the success systems after Ignite? This is what I know from experience. Agents that do better in their business and have longevity in their business. Agents that don't get bogged down and actually end up leaving the business. The top agents leverage out a lot of this, but they continue to do it, right? This is how they drive their businesses. Learning is a new process, and you will always be learning. I've been in real estate for 20 plus years now, and I learn something new every single day. The Daily Success System has been a new process for you. You've learned new ways of doing business, and undoubtedly you've had some wins and things that went well, and opportunities and areas for improvement. In your participant guide, jot down wins and opportunities from your experience with the Success System. This is for you alone, so be perfectly honest. Maybe you'll uncover some ideas that will help you in the future. Maybe you'll have some questions that you want to take back to your productivity coach. We've talked about accountability and how important it is to success. Gary Keller reminds us, no one succeeds alone. That's why your Market Center is full of an executive leadership team and ALC members who want to see you succeed. What do you think accountability is important? It's on the screen if you need help. Right? It keeps your mindset focused and positive, right? Going to those classes when you're feeling like your business is stuck. is going to put you in a new frame of mind. It reminds you of your big why, right? You look around, you see what others are doing and how others are participating in their life. And you're like, I want to be a participant in my life. I don't want to watch it from the sidelines. It challenges you and makes you uncomfortable at times. And in discomfort is change, and in change is growth. Is one of our 6 personal perspectives. Be accountable. You've learned several ways to be accountable. You have accountability partners. You have your productivity coach. You may have a mentor. And Keller Williams has a great coaching program called KW MAPS Coaching. It's the best coaching program in the world. You've got a team leader that wants to see you succeed and loves it when you pop by and tell her about your wins, or him, if you're in Salem. When choosing an accountability partner for the future, choose a partner who is comfortable with discomfort. Accountability isn't always comfortable, and your partner needs to be willing to make you uncomfortable, willing to sit with you in your discomfort to help you grow. Choose a partner that helps you stay accountable. For example, they make you write a check to a charity if you don't comply. You may think you can't afford a coach, but however, paying for a coach has proven to be highly successful for many agents. The top agents that I know all are part of some sort of a coaching program. Find one that you like. Again, just like marketing, just like, lead generating, the one that works for you is the one that you show up for and use, right? So find one that works for you. There are also tools to help keep you accountable. 411, which we went through in our 6 weeks of success class, to help you schedule your priority by setting a yearly goal and then breaking it down into monthly and weekly goals. Look at your 411 daily before doing any other tasks. It's going to help you get to your one thing. Ask your market center for a copy of the 411 or find the version and connect. We've all got them. And we all use them. All of your team leaders use 411 even in our daily lives. Time blocking. Schedule your time off and your job. When you look at the next 6 months, we're halfway through the year. Have you scheduled time off for the rest of the year? That should be on your calendar. And schedule time for lead generation. That's your job. Because you don't close transactions. You don't put anything into escrow. You don't get listings if you're not lead generating. The book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and his team. Do you have? Oh, my copy is not on my stand. I must have loaned it to someone. If you haven't got a copy of The One Thing, I highly recommend it. It's definitely a great read. How are you going to keep yourself accountable going forward? Any ahas? Who wants to share?
So I've had the battle of going, or I guess battle is not the right term, but so I've started my career on a team versus now being a solo agent. And so I find that I like the solo agent side a little bit better just because it forces me to stay accountable and work, because on the team I got a little bit too comfortable with leads just being dispersed to me and things kind of happening for me. Whereas now I'm forced to do things for myself. So that's kind of how I've been going about that.
I love that. Anyone else on accountability? Does anybody have like a target list, or these are my must-dos every day? Like I must get up and I must do my daily affirmation and I must call 10 people and I must talk to 6 people and I must. I mean, even that is accountability. Like if you've got like your checklist of items, that these items get done before anything else. And then if you have somebody that you can go back and report to and say, hey, you know, 4 out of the 5 days this week, I was amazing at this. One day I totally blew it off, and the other 2 days I was at the lake. All right. Who can recall the 6 personal perspectives? There's a personal perspective that talks about learning.
Well, I don't remember them all, but I looked back. Do you need me to say them, or they're on
Yeah.
the screen?
Tell me the one that about learning.
Make being learning based the foundation of your action plan.
I love that. You will get more from showing up from classes that will push your career forward than anything else that you do. You'll get more by showing up in coaching sessions that will push your business forward than anything else that you will do. Because in those rooms, you're going to be with big thinkers. You're going to be with people that know more than you do, and they're going to help open the doors to thought patterns and processes and systems that you just don't have an idea exist yet. Learning goes on forever. And like I said, 20 plus, 30 plus years in this business, I learn something new every single day. And if I don't learn something new, I haven't done my job. You'll always find new things to learn about. The important thing is to make it part of your plan. There are many paths to learning. For example, learning more about your local market and previewing homes so you can be an expert on the inventory. Top agents know what is available so that when buyers call them, they already have properties in mind to show them. You've been learning about the market already. So what else would add? What else would you add to your list? Sorry, this is not following my talking points. What else would you add to the list that would make your learning part of your plan? Besides previewing inventory, what else could you do? Does anybody listen to financial reports or keep up with what the National Association of Realtors is saying about the market? Kind of. How about your local MLS? Does your local MLS send out a weekly email or a monthly email that talks about what's happening in your market?
Yeah, there's also the NAR, the NAR that like every now and then they would send me some information about what's going on.
What's something else you could do to learn about your market? I know something we send out once a week to all of you. It's called the Total Market Overview, the TMO reports. Who opens those and looks at those? That's going to tell you what price range, right? Like it's going to say 0 homes sold between 100,000 and 200,000. And then it's going to show you like, 40 homes sold between 350 and 450, because that's like the sweet spot, right? Lots of homes. And then, fewer at the other end. So it's total market overviews are going to tell you where properties are selling the fastest, which is going to tell you where competition is happening for your buyers and where there's opportunity to take listings, right? Those total market, the overviews are fantastic resources to know what's happening in your market. And your market center administrator can help you understand those a little bit better and help you speak to those. Keller Williams holds 2 large trainings every year. Who knows what they are?
Is it the mega camp?
Mega Agent Camp. That's one of them. Excellent. What's the other one? Great big one. Initials are FR. Family Reunion. And let me tell you, if Family Reunion, they're both amazing. I've been to them both. Family Reunion is like no other. I've been part of other organizations, and Family Reunion is about being learning based. Everything there is to help foster and fulfill your career to the highest level. Family Reunion is in February every year, and Mega Agent Camp is held in August. These can be expensive, but they can propel your business forward. They can definitely help you with your learning, networking, and just build your experience base. We've mentioned the books Gary and his team have written. They've all had great success to learn from. In addition, the catalog includes Your First Home. I love it when I have Your First Home. Who's seen this book? This is a great guide for working with first-time home buyers. And there's even a slideshow presentation that you have access to. It's done in Spanish and English. So it is crossing the cultural boundaries. We also have the Millionaire Real Estate Investor for those folks that are looking into real estate investing. You know about the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Hold and Flip. So where do you find trainings that you can attend?
We get lots of emails from all kinds of different title companies and the brokerage itself.
Fantastic. Each brokerage has a monthly training calendar that goes out at the beginning of the month. Every market center has a monthly your daily digest email that comes out to you every day has a breakdown of classes. This week at the XBN, the weekly grind has classes and events that are upcoming. Experiencebrokerage.com has links and resources for education, webinars, Zooms you can click into and attend, things from KWRI, Experience Brokerage Network, and your local market center. And each one of our locations has a private Facebook mastermind page that we post upcoming classes and events to. We try to meet you at every level, and some market centers are even texting their agents, right? And you're getting emails for special classes and events. I believe, is it October? Maybe it's September. The network's doing a huge class up in the Salem area, South Portland area, where they're bringing back one of the best coaches, hands down. And I don't remember, I don't have the flyer in front of me, and I'm sorry, I've been moving an office in Grants Pass. I don't remember who is speaking. ask your team leader. She will know. Ask Mara, she will know. That one is worth the travel to get to, and the cost is really low. Whenever the Experience Brokerage Network brings a top speaker, they keep the cost low so that we can get people to attend those. And these are people that are speaking, you know, $3,000 a day speakers that are coming to speak to our agents. So please take advantage of all of these opportunities that we are giving you. Keller Williams has the following classes: 6 personal perspectives. We've got Bold coming to Willamette Valley in October. Well, I love fall Bold. It's the best. Quantum Leap is a great one. Command Your Business is fantastic. Smart Finances are the ones that we talked about. Profitability and Agent Financials and Business Planning Clinics. We tend to do November or December, we'll do a business planning clinic. Absolutely must attend a business planning clinic. That's what's going to launch you into next year with a mindset and a plan of action that you can put into place for your business for next year. Career Visioning is a great one if you're hiring people. Sales skills camps, there's no ceilings. Train the Presenter, one of my favorites. The Customer Experience. Win-win negotiations is one every agent should be in. Diversity, Equity, Inclusion has the Color Real Estate. These are webinars, the Color Real Estate, Uncommon Bias, and Agent of Distinction. The Color of Real Estate, if you have not done the Color of Real Estate class, they go through this Color of Law book, which goes through Jim Crow laws and the histories about real estate and where we got where we are. It's a fun one. It's quite interesting to see where real estate has been in the United States and where it's going. Anybody been to any of these or have any interest in them? Please say yes. They're great
Yes.
classes. Yeah, you can't go wrong. I recommend picking 2 of these and making sure that you get into them the next time they are offered. So in the next 6 months, attend 2 of these. And then put 4 of them on your schedule for 2024. All right. Take a few minutes to plan out your learning plan for the next 12 months. Ask yourself, what can I really accomplish in that time? And what course of action will be most beneficial for me? Every month, the second Tuesday of every month is State of the Industry. That's a class you can attend free of charge. Chris Juarez brings in some of the foremost experts to talk about what is happening in the real estate market each month. And this gives you talking points to go forward and talk to your clients. We've got commands classes, contracts classes, master series classes, team meetings. All of these should be on your monthly rotation. You should be in these each month. All right, today's your final day in Ignite. I know we started late. I appreciate that. If you have to jump on it off at the top of the hour, I'm going to wrap up real quick here for you. See if we can get you out of here on time. But I just want to jump in and ask someone to read Keller Williams' mission statement. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read it. But I want you to follow along and read it with me. You don't have to read aloud. Mission: to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Ignite has set you up on your path to build your career worth having, your business worth owning. Your path doesn't end here. You have other destinations on your journey to have a life worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. After our time together, do you have a picture of what your big, beautiful life experiences and legacies might consist of? I sure hope you do. Before our final exercise, let's look at this quote from Shift, because it speaks out the truth about success in business. In order to achieve your life worth living and experiences worth giving and legacies worth leaving, you must get real about your situation and get right about what you're doing. Bring a greater sense of clarity and priority and focus to your work. So let's do that now. Design your future. We've already worked through your value proposition and your big why. We talked about your profit goal and the number of transactions that you need to do each month to get there. We've talked about smart database and smart money businesses, accountability and learning. I believe on page 20.14, there is a table for you to complete. I'm gonna let you go ahead and paperclip that or put a pin in it and take some time when you have a quiet moment to build out your future plan for the next 12 months. Remember your big why, your value proposition, write down your profit goal and the number of transactions. Put in your goal for the number of contacts you want in your database. Does anybody know the magic number? 201 contacts completely filled out with name, address, phone number, and email is going to give you $100,000 a year income. Smart money business, we're going to make sure that you're managing your finances and keeping those expenses low. And I want you to write down ways you can do that. And I think part of that is identifying what your lead gen source is going to be and focusing on the one that's getting you the most return on your investment. Learning, your plan for continued lifelong learning. I'd like you to write in there the next 3 or 4 classes you're going to attend with the dates and how or where they are attended. So if they're via Zoom or whether they're at the Market Center, I'd like you to write down 4 of those, the next 4 that you're going to attend. And then fill in how you're going to remain accountable. Whether it's somebody that you've met through Ignite, your productivity coach, whether you've got a coach outside of Keller Williams or a MAPS coach, or maybe it's just checking in with your team leader from time to time. So you're going to write down in your participants guide on page 20.16. Your daily success, 16. You're going to turn your ahas into achievement. So write down how your thinking has changed and what you feel differently about and what's meaningful for you today. How your behaviors will be different going forward. What actions will you take? What tools, models, and systems will you use? And how will they make you accountable? All right, guys, we did it. We were able to get you wrapped up. Are there any ahas or any questions that you have for me about some of the stuff that we covered today? I'm going to ask you to go ahead and go to the KWU EVAL. That's KWUeval.com. And select your course instructor and share your feedback. All right, guys.
So I have a question really quick.
Sure.
How would I, and I probably should know this, but how do I get the question out there to do an open house? If anyone has an open house that needs to be done, how do I reach out and how do I contact? Because I know I'm on an email list, but I don't know exactly how to do that myself.
So the best way to do it is not through email. The best way to do that is to post on your office's back office page. Hey, I'm available, whatever dates you're available to do an open house. Who would like one held open? The other way is direct contact, which is my favorite. You can search your office listings on your local MLS. You just pull up, you go to the search members or search offices and pull up all of your office's listings, and then find one or two that you'd like to hold open and call those agents and say, hey, I'm learning. I'd love to do an open house into your place. Can you tell me all about it? And when would you like me to do the open house? Most agents would love to have the extra help.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You can also contact your productivity coach, and maybe he or she can place you with team you up with somebody. That's how I did it the first time. My coach, partnered me with somebody who's got experience.
I love that. Great idea. Anybody else have other ideas? Anything else that's worked for you? All right. Complete your daily success system. Who's done any lead gen today? Anybody? Lead gen can sometimes be hard to get in the habit of, and I like to reward myself for lead gen. So find something that you love. Find something that feels like a special treat to yourself. Set your lead gen goal, and once you achieve that lead gen goal, go get it done. If there's no more questions, we're done, guys. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Yo, Manny.
One quick question. Question about splits, commissions, referral fees. So
Yeah.
what's the usual and customary referral fee? Just referral fee. Let's say
Really?
somebody from Remax, I referred a client to her, and then because I get a license, I'm supposed to get a referral fee. So what's the usual customary?
Yeah, so first of all, we have a referral agreement, so you need to get it in writing. It really depends on the receiving agent. So the person that's referring the client away is the referring agent. The person that's going to receive the client and take care of them through the course of the transaction is the receiving agent. Some receiving agents are like, refer only to me and I'll give you 50% of every closed transaction. Now that's hard to come by. It doesn't happen very often. And it happens generally if there's a geographic spread, right? So if I'm working with
Mhm.
someone in Idaho, I refer to them only and we do a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Sometimes and more commonly, it's 25 or 30%. So for
Okay.
a for local or for a one-off referral, it's generally 25 to 30%. But we don't price fix, so we don't set hard standard numbers on that, just like we don't set hard standard numbers on the commission dollars.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. And I say find referral partners, find those people and love on
Mhm.
them and build great relationships. I have my license in the referral company and I get special unexpected bonuses each year because my friends and family still buy and sell real estate and I get to refer them to amazing agents like yourselves. And so I get a little extra boost every year by doing a referral. So make those relationships and it's a two-way street, right? You'll refer to them and they'll refer back to you.
Mhm.
Anybody else? You've been amazing. Quiet, but amazing. I've enjoyed my time with you. Get out there and make it the best day ever. Have a great one, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.